We never planned to split up. We never planned to go separate ways. But sometimes the best memories come when you go separate ways. This was the day we separated.
Stop it.
Now hold on, guys. It's not the way you think. We never planned to split up in the middle of the Chinese mountains. But sometimes the best travel memories come when you go separate ways. So this was the day we separated and discovered sides of Sanjiaje in China we'd never expected. Ha and hi from Yolo Resort inside the Sanjiaje National Forest Park. We are our travel journal, a German-Turkish family of 5 exploring the world together. After leaving behind Beijing's crowds and tech museums, we stepped right into the wild beauty of Sanjiaje, the real-life inspiration for Avatar's floating mountains. And this morning, we retraced our steps across quiet tea fields where we'd watched the sunset just hours before. Because sometimes the best moments are worth repeating. By the time I came back from my morning stroll around the property, others were awake as well. We got some breakfast, and then Laila still needed to pack her backpack. So I took the boys already to the tea fields for some morning drone fun. the tea plantations. We just checked out of our YOLO hotel, which was really rural and quiet landscaping area, like really, really nice inside the tea plantation. The beds were not too comfortable, to be honest, but the hosts are very nice and helpful. They have a beautiful, beautiful sunset spot. And yeah, we just checked out, had Chinese breakfast, some noodles and fried rice. And now we are on our way to the Avatar Mountains. We are equipped with a new map. I got some suggestions what we really should see, which is, I think, more than we can do today. So I just pick out maybe the ones that suit us most, because we still want to go up to Tianmen Mountain this afternoon. Yeah, but we are at the intersection of the road again, where the bus dropped us off yesterday. And now we have to wait for another one to also make him stop to take us with him. Alle voll. So as you can see, Lala's all dressed up. She braided her hair all by herself. Is that beautiful? I got quite surprised. Oh, and there were more people coming from our hotel, so I hope the bus has enough space. And yes, at some point, a bus had enough space for all of us. We headed toward Wulong village. And this is where our paths split for the first time. Because I wanted to see more of the national park's stunning landscape. And yes, the boys were not so motivated. And yes, I was nervous to go by myself, but also didn't want to regret anything later. I mean, we had already come so far, right? And then Laila said that she'd be up for another adventure too. So Laila and me took off toward Yuanjiajie, not to be mixed up with Yangjiajie, for a mother-daughter view hunting mission. Was hast du da?
Eis, glaube ich. Also keine Ahnung, was das für Eis ist, aber irgendwas.
Sag mal her den Becher. Und welchen willst du unbedingt haben?
Den. Ich weiß nicht, was er rauskriegen soll.
Meanwhile, Alpai took the boys and got them a bubble tea and himself a coffee. And obviously, they adapted quite well to the local customs, something they had mostly seen older folks do.
Chicken. Hanbau. Hanbau.
Was ist Hanbau?
Hanbaubau ist Hamburger. Hanbau ist wahrscheinlich auch irgendwie sowas in der Richtung.
Ja.
Wollen wir sonst da vorne nochmal was so? Wollen wir uns da vorne was holen, wo wir eben waren?
Ja. Soll ich einen Laden mit?
Weil guck mal, hier geht es ja ewig nochmal lang.
Ja. Wie kann man sich diese ganzen Rezepte merken, was da alles rein muss?
Das ist ja ihre Arbeit.
Ja.
taste
Meine Boba schmecken so ein bisschen so wie die wir früher auch schon mal hatten von diesem asiatischen Laden, oder? Ich mag meinen
Das ist ja ein Smoothie.
Das da unten schmeckt.
Das ist ein Bubble Tea.
Das da unten schmeckt so wie wenn man, wie heißen die, diese Haferflakes? Ja, wenn diese Haferflakes dieses Kühl am Ende mit Milch.
Also gut, ja? Lass uns mal weitergehen. Geht mal vor.
By the way, if you wonder how we found each other again after separating, so after we got back together, we made our way up to the cable car, a path that some were too lazy to walk by themselves, and others used as a workout, obviously. We're curious, what would you have done in this situation? Anyways, we met again, and together we took the cable car to Yangjiajie.
Yeah. So we made it from, I have to check because it's really confusing. We made it from Yangjiajie to Yuanjiajie, and then Laila and me went back from Yuanjiajie to Yangjiajie. And now we are on our way to Zhangjiajie. Sounds all the same to you? Well, to Westerners, I guess it does. But yeah, we are on the boardwalk right now. We just drove about 15 minutes by shuttle bus. As you can hear, my voice is not getting better. But yeah, we have this boardwalk here for around 15 to 20 minutes, the map says. And it's the first place in this national park, except the hotel that we stayed at, where it's quiet, where there are not that many people, where it really feels like, okay, you can rejuvenate here in the forest and just enjoy hiking. I have to say that we did skip a few things, like there is the Bailon elevator or something like that, which is supposed to be beautiful, like a glass elevator, right at the mountain. We skipped that one because everyone said that this is nothing for someone who's afraid of heights. And then we also skipped the glass bridge, the Grand Canyon, not far away from here. So a few things, but I mean, we also travel with kids, so, and we're not Chinese, you know. From what I observe here, the Chinese way of traveling is different than ours, you know. We like to hike a lot and enjoy the scenery. Here it's more like going from one place, taking pictures very quickly, maybe eating something, and then keep going. Oh, thank you. Here's a flower for me. Thank you. Danke, Emmy. Ja, mach du dir in die Haare. So yeah, I think we got a good impression of the national park. It's really beautiful in many places. I think you have to expect to not be by yourself, but meet a lot of other people, be in crowds a lot of the time, and then switch from, you know, shuttle bus to walking to another shuttle bus or taking the cable car, always back and forth. That's part of the adventure here. And yeah, but would I recommend coming here? Yeah, I really like this area. It's another side of China. It's not the rural, it's not the urban Chinese adventure or experience like in Beijing or Shanghai, but it's more rural and maybe a more, I don't know, authentic experience maybe even.
im Bus, da war eine Frau und die wollte mit uns, also die wollte, dass ihre Tochter mit uns ein Foto macht und dann haben wir mit denen ein Foto gemacht. Ja, dann war da noch ein Mann, der hat uns gefragt, wo wir herkommen. Dann haben wir halt Deutschland gesagt und dann habe ich ihn auch gefragt, wo er herkommt, aber dann hat er gesagt, dass sein Englisch nicht gut ist. Und dann waren da noch so Jugendliche aus einer Schulklasse, die haben auch gefragt, wo wir herkommen und die haben auch gesagt, dass wir hübsch sind.
Not far from the south entrance or exit, you have the chance to also hike the famous Golden Whip Stream. But the boys were tired, and some insects, as well as cheeky monkeys, were enough excitement for the moment. Well, traveling with kids is about flexibility after all. At least we could motivate them to take a few more family photos before we then really headed toward the exit.
Sehr groß.
Von 4 Teilen gesehen und
Ja.
noch nicht mal ganz.
Und sehr voll.
Then we took 2 Didi taxis back to our bed and breakfast in Saint-Gerger, where we recharged. Or rather, they did. Alpay and the boys said that they were done for the day. But Laila and I weren't yet. The day still had some hours. In Saint-Gerger, more to offer. So after a short break, our paths split again. Laila and me headed out to Tianmen Mountain. because the main cable car from the city of Sanjiaje to Tianmen Mountain was already sold out, we had to take a shuttle bus to another station.
And now we are making our way to the last section of the cableway, the one that's very steep. We can already see it. We have to make our way through the crowds here. And a lot of people are already coming down. And right now from down here it looks quite foggy, so I'm afraid we might not see that much. But we're here, we'll try our best. What happened to the boys? Do you know? Whoa, watch out.
I think the boys were just tired and didn't want to go out again. And I think Malika wanted to drive the cable car, but he didn't want to go up any stairs or something. I don't know. And now they all stayed at the hotel.
Right. They stay together with Alpay, probably get something to eat and then just chill a little bit. While the two of us, the ones who don't have a voice anymore, still try to keep the energy up and go all in. So we give you all our energy just to show you what China has to offer. Please excuse the sound of our voices. But just from what I see here, I want you to see it too.
Oh, before we show you, let me ask you, have you heard of the legend of the Tianmen Fox Ferry? It's this romantic Chinese folktale. Deep in the misty mountains of Sanjiaje, where stone pillars pierce the clouds, a legend whispers through the trees. A lonely woodcutter once wandered into the forest and met her. Not just any woman, but a fox fairy, a spirit of the mountains, beautiful and wise. They fell in love, hearts bound by destiny. But the heavens don't smile on love between mortals and spirits. As the stars watched on, they were torn apart by jealous gods and ancient laws. Yet even now, locals say, on moonlight nights, you can hear the fox fairy's song echo through Tianmen Mountain, still waiting for her lost love. So, let's see whether we can find the fox fairy.
We have a 26 people cabin just for us. Just for ourselves. Crazy. Look at this. No one here except Lila. Hello. And me. Okay, and it's supposed to be really, really steep, I heard. We can see the street, which I think they say has like 99 curves, but I saw a sign down at the bottom that it's closed these days due to construction work. I want to see what it looks like here in the front too. Well, you're not supposed to walk in here. I think the sun is still up. We just have to look for it. And the boys miss that view. It's really, really steep. Okay, so now we are back to what we are already used to. Crowds. Big groups. Mostly Chinese tourists.
然后拍照的时候可以看到这个3条公路连在一起的啊，这是一个网红打卡点，叫做长高公路，也是海南公路中最惊险、最刺激的3条啊。它是从贵州上来的，我们上来这个火烧呢。
So we are really crazy high up, and it only took about 5 minutes. When I look at the path here, this would have been nothing for Alpay with his fear of heights.
So let me clarify here. If we would have taken the Tianmen Mountain Cableway all the way from the city center of Saint-Gerger, it would have taken us about 30 minutes to get here. But we entered the cableway at the bottom of the mountain, and therefore the ride only took 5 minutes for us. And we ended up on these narrow walking paths that cling to the cliff's edges. This footpath is part of the so-called Ghost Valley Plank Road.
Called Stairway to Heaven. They said it's 999 stairs.
Freust mich doch drauf.
Lana says she's looking forward to it. And I totally trust her. You see that smile? I think she doesn't want to. To be honest, I really want to go up there. But I think we have to eat something first.
Dann krabbeln wieder hoch wie Kleinkinder.
Doesn't really look like there is a lot to eat up here. But it looks incredibly impressive. While Lila is still waiting for some pancakes, I already got a sausage that was really delicious, and now we have beef noodles here as well. And I hope it's not too cold until Lila comes back. She's quite hesitant. Looks like people are not always staying in line, but are actually skipping the lane. And she's always very considerate of other people. So I hope that at some point she will get her turn to get her pancake as well. Okay.
We actually ended up chatting with a family at the table that also had 2 boys, so that quite some time passed.
So we just had something to eat. Beef noodles, pancake, and a sausage. So now we are ready to tackle 999 steps.
And at this point, I can tell you, it took us 11 minutes and a few seconds to get all the way to the top.
Laila, how are you feeling right now?
Good.
Steps are getting bigger. There's sun down there in the valley right now. Viet, Iki, Ich, Dirt, Pesh, Alte, Yeri, Sekis, Tokus. I can see the sky. This gives us energy. Laila says it's not that hard, but we still have a long way to go up. I just saw Laila stopped, and then when I went to turn the camera, she started moving up again. And the sun is shining down in the valley. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
It's so loud here. I guess that's probably for good luck. Let's do it like the locals do.
So is that what you would imagine heaven to look like? The noise level up here was incredible. Really overwhelming. But yeah, that's at parts what China looks like. So this is the giant hole near the top of the mountain that you see from far below, the Tianmen cave.
How are we doing?
It's a bit loud.
I'm sweaty. I don't know why I put on my jacket down there. It's beautiful. It was kind of hot. Oh, there are some fish in the water. You see? Oh. The noise is incredible up here. I kind of get like a headache. Yeah, but we made it. I guess that's heaven. We're in heaven now.
There's water coming from.
It's water coming. But do you think it was worth it?
I think it would be better when there were a bit less people.
Well, we're in China. There are always a lot of people, I guess. Okay, let's make some space for them. Okay. 2 minutes later, and Laila already says that she doesn't feel anything anymore in her leg, in a positive way, which means like it wasn't that hard actually. Just in that moment you start sweating, but it's not too bad actually. Feeling slightly dizzy. What about you, Laila? Everything good?
Same.
Oh, also dizzy.
So, we thought that was it. The top of the mountain. But think again. We found another way.
How high is this mountain? A moment of silence. And Laila is afraid I might lose the camera.
15%.
It's really steep down here. Yeah. And we just saw some signs for an escalator. So, and I had heard earlier that there was an escalator somewhere, but we didn't see it.
Here's a light.
So, yes, there's a ladder to go even further up. Yeah. Lala just asked whether I'd be brave enough to jump down here in a wingsuit, because I like doing all kinds of crazy things, from bungee jumping to gorge swing and jumping out of a plane with a parachute, stuff like that. I did all that kind of stuff. But to be honest, I'd love to fly, to be able to fly. But I think with the wingsuit, you have to be really, really knowledgeable in terms of physics. I'm not. I just do everything according to feeling. So even though it looks very high here, I think I would have to trust someone. And if I could do it like in a double, that I'm not responsible, I might do it. I'm not sure, but I think I might be up for it. But by myself, no, I'd probably be the first one crashing in the wall over there. So, no, I don't want to do that. What about you? Would you be up for it?
Only if there was no chance to crash.
There's always a chance to crash, Lila.
Just when we thought we were done, we found escalators. Upwards.
We are still not on the top. We found the escalator. And tons of people are going down. We are going up.
Endless escalators.
This is crazy.
And whenever we thought, now we really made it to the top, there were more escalators.
So Lila says that's the end of the escalators. One has to be hopeful. Well, we thought 3 or 4 times already that this is the end. Lila says it is the end. I don't think so. There is another one.
Okay, dann sage ich noch die und danach noch einmal.
And at the top, a picnic area. Incredible! And yes, a Burger King. We underestimated this mountain.
Und die Kamera hat 1%.
Okay, 1% battery power left to show you this.
那是云梦仙顶，在那儿，等你来。
Das König der Löwenfelsen.
We made it.
We totally underestimated this mountain. You could spend days up there.
Yeah, there's a cable car up. We walked the boardwalk.
We would have loved to have more time. And I'd really like to come back just for this mountain alone. But it was already quite late. And what goes up has to come down again. So we made our way back to Alpay and the boys.
We're walking down the stairs that are quite steep.
Let us know in the comments. Have you ever been here? Or can you imagine visiting this area in China? For us, this day was special because it taught us something. Even when plans shift, when things don't go perfectly, travel is about trusting the journey. And in China, every turn is full of surprise. And while I enjoyed the day mostly with Lila, a very nice mother-daughter day, Alpay and the boys had their own evening adventure. They had noodles and enjoyed Sanjiaji's night lights and quiet time. And when we got back together, their smiles were bright. Sometimes you need to go separate ways to be reminded how good it feels to come back together. Next week, we'll leave Sanjiaji and head to a place completely different. Again. No high-speed train, but a new city and unexpected kindness. You don't want to miss this.